What's up, guys? It's Green Day Bowser. I'm doing a current household this time for July of 2016, and today is kind of special because it is my birthday. So I don't have any birthday special planned like last year when I did Sunlit Tides. Actually, that wasn't even last year. That was 2 years ago. Never mind. And I don't even remember what I did last year, but I'm just kind of recording. So I guess this also technically is my birthday special, doing my legacy current household because I've been planning on doing this for a while, but I haven't recorded since I did that first party get together. So I wanted to start recording again, especially considering today's not really too special of a day, even though it's my birthday, even though I just said it was special, because I already got my gifts early on Saturday, and I'm going out with my friends to the water park around here Wednesday. So today is just a normaler day. So, yeah, this is the Legacy household that I've been playing, and I recently picked it back up in June. Also, if my voice sounds weird, it's because I'm not sick, but I had a sore throat earlier in the week, and then it went away. Well, last week, and then it went away, but I still have like the buildup, so my voice keeps kind of coming back and going away. So I kind of sound like I'm sick, but I'm not. Like, hopefully this will stop. Anyway, so let's get back into this. They're all sad because part of the reason I'm doing this is, okay, you guys are not going to school today. I'm just gonna, hang on. I don't even know if I can really call in for vacation by this point, but because considering they've already been missing for a couple hours. Can I? Yeah. Since they're missing it, I'll just do that now. Because I don't really want them to go to school right now, especially considering what's just happened. I wouldn't be able to go through school if I had actually seen that. Um, this is... Ooh. Okay. Oh, I guess that's going to be the next day because they're still missing. Okay, whatever. I probably should have just... Okay, whatever. They're going to take tomorrow off too then. I think calling sick was the option I was looking for. So I guess I could do that too. No, I can't anymore. Dang it. So I'm taking a vacation day tomorrow then, I guess. Fine. Whatever. They're not going to school today because that's going to bug the hell out of me too. But their dad just died. So that's part of why I'm doing this. And even then, actually, Phoenix isn't going to be going to school ever because what I planned to do in this part. So actually, I'm going to have try to look good. Performance gains more. I'm going to have Trucy do it, actually. You are going to come downstairs and cook. I keep forgetting it's under cook. Cook a cake. Yeah, I know you're missing school and that's going to bug me, but, you know, your dad just died. You guys don't really need to go to school. If your performance drops, that's realistic as well. That kind of things tend to happen. But, yeah. So, last night, their father, Jordan, I'll actually probably should go through the tree and introduce everybody as this happens. So, Symbology is here. I keep forgetting where these tabs are. If you've seen any of my other Sims 4 and even Sims 3 Let's Plays, I always forget this. So we started out with Lucas Wright, which was Gen 1's founder. And I don't think he ever ended up actually marrying Liberty because she only appears in certain parts. But Liberty Lee, so pre-made, she ended up being the one that he married. And you see death by old age, death by old age. Like they just died because they aged up and died. They had Jordan. That was their only child, therefore he was the only heir. Jordan just died yesterday by overexertion, because he had a fitness aspiration. So he worked out on the treadmill and was tired, and then him and his wife, Jade, woohooed. And after that, he kind of walked around dazed for a little bit. Obviously not in the actual dazed emotion, but he walked around the lot for no reason. I think he went around like in a circle and died by the fence for some reason. I'm like, where are you going? But yeah, no, he walked around the lot, like the entire lot, and then passed out by the fence and died. So that happened, and his kids saw it happen. And it's funny because even then, even though they were married, it's not even showing Jade anymore. That might be why, because when they're dead, all of a sudden they don't have their partner anymore, which is kind of weird because that happened to him too. But Jade, it's not even showing him on this tree right now either. But Jade is his wife, and she was also a pre-made. She was originally Jade Rosa, and she was from Party House, you know, the club in Windenburg. I've barely made over her face, but I've most definitely given her a custom skin and, you know, touched up her hair and clothes and stuff, which is what I usually do, but I try to keep their face as much as possible. But yeah, so they married, and so that was Gen 2's heir, Gen 2's spouse. They had two kids. They had Phoenix Wright, because once I found out that their last names were Wright, I had to, and who's about to age up to a young adults, which is what I'm doing right now. And we have Trucy Wright. Phoenix ended up being this gen's heir. So Phoenix is now officially the heir of this legacy because Jordan has just now passed, therefore it goes to Phoenix. And so I'm going to let Trucy and her boyfriend eventually when he moves in, but I'm not going to do that yet. Stay here to help Jade until she passes and deal with, her husband going away and their father going away. So they're both going to stay to help her stay on her feet, even though she has a really good job, so she could do it on her own. It's mostly for company. It's like, hey, like, we understand. We're all going through it together. Our family member just died. So Phoenix is going to actually, once he ages up, he is going to invite over his boyfriend, engage him, and ask him to move in. It's kind of a last-minute decision for him, but now knowing that he's the heir and he needs to continue this family, he's finally just going to start living with his boyfriend and soon-to-be husband, and they are going to stay together. So I'll introduce you to them as well, like their partners over time. So Jade is at work right now, but I can still go through. Her traits are the same as they were. Outgoing, ambitious, neat, business savvy. She's almost a elder as well. She had the mansion baron aspiration, and we're getting pretty close to that, actually. I've kind of had to cheese out some of the house in design, which I could show you later, too. And in order to get that done. And then she's also already level 7 of her business career, which I believe when she first moved in, she was only level 2 or 3. So she's been doing a lot of work. She is still part of Party House. However, her relationships with them have all been dropping because she's been too busy to see them. The only person she still has some relationship with is Marcus, and that is because Marcus was basically a second father to the children. While Jordan was an amazing, amazing father, they basically had two fathers and a mother because Marcus was always over. And in fact, Marcus and Jordan, I think, had a better relationship than Marcus and Jade. But she hasn't obviously gathered with them since. She's hung out with them as well, but she hasn't actually officially gathered with them since. And then we have Phoenix, which is missing school still. And he is a dance machine, creative, and then muser for his aspiration. But he also got creatively gifted as a child, and he had enough points to get connections. So finally, hopefully, when he gets a job, he'll start moving ahead. Because when his mom eventually passes as well, that's where most of the income went. Because their parents, wow, that was hard. Their parents both were getting thousands of dollars coming home from work every day that they worked. And Phoenix is about to be a young adult, which is why I'm just going to age him up now. He has musical genius, and so, achieve level 6 in an instrument, write 4 songs, earn $500 from licensed songs. I still haven't done that yet, obviously. And his satisfaction is now 0 because he just got connection. So he's going for that. And obviously he's a school student, but I'm going to get him a job soon too. That way he can help his mom. And he is part of League of Adventurers with his sister. Now, normally this is a club only for kids, but since they had befriended the original members, I decided to go, and I didn't actually really play with anybody, so I still am technically not breaking legacy rules, but I went into the Jergson household and had Elsa change the requirements to allow for teens. However, as of now, when he ages up, he's going to get kicked out. But that's because the club I'm probably still going to have gather later in the future, but right now that isn't his focus. So he's going to get dropped out because he's too old for it, technically. But that is just temporarily. Eventually, obviously, off camera, I'll go back and allow the club to have any age, just to make it easier. And then he can rejoin. But I'm just going to let him roll with it. And the only person to really be in contact with in this group, besides his sister, is his boyfriend. So, yeah, you can see that we have Elsa of Jergson, and we have Max Villarreal, which is his boyfriend, and then we have Lucas Munch, his sister. We have Olivia Spencer Kim Lewis, but the name was too long, and we have Alexander Goth. So all these people are in this group with Phoenix and Trucy, and Phoenix will eventually get booted out of it. And then we also have Trucy, and Trucy is outgoing, sarcastic, and gregarious. She never actually finished her child aspiration aging up, so she didn't actually get the bonus for that, and she hasn't actually got enough satisfaction to do anything yet. And so she's going for leader of the pack, and she is partway through that as well. So now that we've introduced you to them, I guess while she's baking this cake, I can show you the house that I built from the ground up after Gen 2 had officially, like, fully started, and I had Jordan go for Jade. So we have the main floor, which now also has the photo studio, which I just put in there for no reason. Plus, I needed it to spend money. That way, Jade could continue her aspiration. So we have, here, I'll put the walls up. We have our kitchen over here. And then, dining area. Bathroom, the main bathroom is downstairs because the kids don't have access to the parents' bathroom. A little empty front area, but I put some decor around here. Thank you, Lucas. So chess table, stuff like that. The front door area. And then the living room is here. There is a basement downstairs, which was the skill building area, basically. It originally was just this section. So it was the... Oh, I actually should pause before she eats the cake. It's just the piano, easel, stuff like that. And this was basically Jordan's space. He came down here and painted constantly. And then there was a little side room for any guest who stayed over, and also, just in case, Jordan and Phoenix, because Phoenix painted a lot down here too, got tired, and they wanted to just sleep here. Then there's the half bath down here as well. Then I added this later on for just also not only just to spend money for Jade, but also different things I wanted to mess with as the generations came. Plus, it was a place for the League of Adventurers to hang out. So we have a dance floor, wellness stuff, DJ booth, foosball table, arcade games, darts. There's the treadmill. Oh wow, it is raining really hard. And then we also have these pictures of them all together when they had all first aged up. So it's just all of them together, different pictures and things of them. And then we have the upstairs, which is the main upstairs loft area, which kind of reminds me of my own house with their Void Critter collection. The parents' bedroom, which is now Jade's, their bathroom, Phoenix's bedroom on the left, and Trucy's bedroom on the right. And then their backyard has Woohoo Bush, as well as, wow, can you hear that? It is raining hard. The pool, the garden, things like that. Oh, wow. That's crazy. We also have, like I said, that photo booth. So, since no slice has been taken out of that cake yet, to make sure no slice gets taken out of this cake, hang on, let me close this window. I'll be right back. Of course, as I close the window, things immediately start calming down. But anyway, so let's add birthday candles to this cake. And we'll have Phoenix go ahead and age up and get kicked out of his club. Let's also move this plate. Gross. But yeah. You'll also notice that this is already shaping up to be a much longer current household because I still have stuff I need to do. And that is all part of the plan. Because I wanted to really continue this legacy on camera. Alright, so there are the birthday candles. So you are going to be the one that blows out these candles. So go blow those out. So normally you randomize traits in a legacy. However, I don't like to do that. I just don't really like the idea. Like, it's cool for other people. It's just I'm always too afraid of what might happen. Like, that's one of the things I've always been kind of like, considering he aged up around the time of his father's death, I'm going to go ahead and make him gloomy. I have a feeling that that's something that would have hit him really, really hard. Yep, the longer meets his requirements, we have the other clubs out there for him. He'll eventually join them again later. So, I'm not going to worry about outfit changing or anything. Well, I'll see if there's anything on him that's maybe a bit too childish. But we'll see. I don't think I even have a dresser in the room at all. But I'm going to go ahead and actually... Wrong thing. I'm going to actually go ahead and unlock this door completely. Now that Jade is alone, she doesn't mind them coming in to see her. The only reason it was locked was mostly so that they didn't have access to this bathroom, and so that Jordan could have some of his privacy, and Jordan and Jade could, do their woohooing, and she could get her work done on her computer and everything. So we're going to go ahead and plan outfits for him really fast. Like, this won't take too long. I don't usually change much when aging from teen on. I just kind of do. Plus, while we're in cast, I can take the screenshot for my separate family tree, which is Family Echo, which I can probably link in the description. I'll do that. Might as well. Also, I think the rain stopped, and if it didn't, it's little now, which is kind of stupid, but it's funny how that happens. Like, it built all the way up if you didn't hear it, and then it just went back. So, he actually ended up gaining a lot of muscle from that, which is totally okay. I'm actually kind of okay with that. Let's see what he looks like without his shirt. I believe he sleeps without a shirt. No, he wears a shirt to bed. Obviously swimming. Alright, maybe he's a bit too big. Never mind. I might tone him back down a little bit. Just to kind of get him back to a realistic proportion. I mean, I don't know. It might just because he's too wide. So I think I will actually shrink him a little bit. Like, there is fine. Yeah, that's fine. That's more like him. And then I can probably give him a bit more of a chest to kind of compensate for the fact that he started to get bigger. So yeah, that outfit's fine. I can go ahead and take the picture for the tree. His face actually barely changed, of course, because, you know, aging up from teen, they don't change much. I did not want to go to tattoos. Although I think he will get another one. That would also be... I also imagine him doing something like that. Because his dad had one. So I don't know if he would get his dad's necessarily. But he would get another one. Here. Let's see. I can probably give him this. Where's the specific one? This is considered an arm, I think, but I want him to have those on his fingers. Sure. So he'll keep them, like, below. So, outfit's fine. Actually, do I want the finger ones? I said I wasn't going to take too long, but then again, knowing me and Cass, it ends up being longer than it should. But this is just really fast, like I said. I forgot where all these tattoos even were. I know what they look like, I just forgot their positioning. Is this on his back? Yeah. And then there's, like, white ones. And then red. And then the fingers, which I don't actually really want now that I look back on it. I do want him to have something, though. Maybe the knife heart, considering he's gloomy now, but... we'll see. So I'm just looking to see what else I can find that would fit his kind of character. As well as just something that he would get to, you know, just kind of, you know, get stuff. I also really like this anchor, but I barely give it to people. I could also give him the Celtic knot. Sure. I haven't given that to someone in so long. I think that actually would fit, having the 2 arms and then the back piece. But yeah, so that outfit's fine. I'm actually going to go ahead and take that picture now. That way his face can go into the tree. Because I want them in their young adult stage on the tree. Okay, don't blink. Thank you. There you go. So I have that now. And, you know, outfit's fine. That outfit's totally fine. Yeah, his clothes are pretty much fine. I just wanted to see if there's anything worth changing. But, I mean, it all seems pretty typical of a young adult as well as a teen. Because teens and young adults kind of dress the same anyway. I mean, by all technicality, even before my birthday today, I was a young adult because I was 18 and now I'm 19. That's so weird saying I'm 19 today, but yeah. So, yeah, I mean, I still, obviously, I'm going to dress the same. I'm not going to magically change how I dress because of that. Also, I told it to go forward, so it can go forward. Yeah. So, now that that's kind of taken care of, I just wanted to check and see if there's anything worth changing. I can go ahead and invite Max over, and then ask him to move in and do that process. Because, yeah, Max is going to move in for Phoenix. And Trucy probably won't move in Alexander. Although I believe actually by new rules, yes, you can move in multiple spouses now. So I might actually do that. But I might actually possibly move Trucy out. It depends. But right now, at least for now, she's staying. And so that's why I'm kind of like, well, let's go ahead and, you know, at least get Max in. Since Max is Phoenix's soon-to-be husband. And, you know, that's the main spouse. I also can rename this house Generation 3, so let me also do that. Just getting all these minor details done, since it's all the transitional things from Gen 2 to Gen 3. which is kind of what I wanted to do during this video, was just kind of, explain the death and get started on Gen 3. So once this loads, because my build for some reason doesn't just go back and forth like everyone else's does, especially, like, it was funny, I watched the producer dev thing on Backyard Stuff, and it's like, hey, look, my game magically jumps to build, and then magically jumps back. I'm like, my game takes a minute to get to build, and then a whole minute to come back. Especially considering I'm at a frame rate of 1. So that's great. But it's because the loading screen freeze, so it's like, between the loading times it kind of locks up, which tends to happen. And normally I would cut this out, but for some reason, as far as commentary goes, I'm on a roll. Like, normally I'm not this good at it. Okay, there we go, so that's good. So now that that's done, all I'm doing is one thing. This is now considered Generation 3, because I wanted to name it the generation that the heir currently is. So now we have Gen 3's heir going. And let's see, so Phoenix, congratulations on your recent birthday, thanks. Although I think you completely missed everything else that had happened. Okay, so let's go ahead and actually see, you're no longer in the club. However, you can still invite him in your relationships because you guys are still friends, even though he's a teen. So actually, I'm going to go ahead and invite to hang out at current lot. And we'll actually go ahead and age up Max as well, which involves going into Cass and just, doing that. So now Max will eventually appear on the lot and come to the door. And we'll go ahead and age him up when he gets here. There he is. Alright, so let me just go ahead and shift click, which is hard when I'm holding my mic in one hand. Oh, I must not have testing cheats. Crap. Hang on. Testing cheats on, because I do need to age him up. Modify in Cass. We'll ask him to move in on our own. I'm not going to use add to family, but we'll genuinely ask, do you want to move in now? But I am going to age him up through this method just because it's easy for me. And I mean, considering our birthdays were around the same time, aging up Phoenix, it would make sense to also age up his boyfriend. So let me also get rid of this cheat window. Although doing this also means that you're technically playing as that family, but at the same time, it's like, whatever. So we'll just age you up. So Max Villarreal is now an adult, and we can give him a new trait as well. So he's evil, but he also is romantic, and probably self-assured. Making sure nothing is too overly childish, which I doubt. Considering a lot of his stuff is definitely more grown up than the rest of them. Yeah, he's good. Okay. So we'll do that. And then I can go ahead and shift click somebody else in the main family, because that seems like the easiest thing to do. Also getting all these birthday wishes because, birthday, which I think I've said so much in this video, but that's okay. Oh, that says terrific for some reason. I thought that said terrible, and I was going to be like, what the hell? I was like, it's my birthday, why are you telling me to have a terrible day? And then I was like, all I saw was tear, but it's terrific. Okay, cool. That's called me being blind, which happens a lot. But, yeah, when we get back into it, we're going to go ahead and switch control. Oh, no, nice. They actually stayed with us. Normally when you do that and you edit somebody else in Cass, it starts out their family. So I'm actually surprised that that didn't just happen. But I'm glad it didn't. And so, whatever. I'm going to go ahead and, now that he's a young adult, ask him if he can move in now. So we'll see what happens as she gets home from work. Okay, yeah, so that worked. Max decided to say yeah. I mean, I figured it was coming. And then I'll have them get engaged around this time, too. So now we just kind of have to actually go through the process of transferring him in. Don't tell me it locked up. Please don't. I don't think it did, considering, I mean, it does do this anyway, and if it was a full lockup, the frame rate would have tanked. There we go, yeah. So Max is now moving out of the Villarreal household that continues to get smaller and smaller, and is moving in with us. Max's big story in this legacy was that around the time that he aged up, Jacques died, because Jacques was his father. So we definitely would understand how Phoenix is feeling, because it's like, well, you know, my father died and now your father's dead, and it sucks, but, you know, like, we can deal with it together. So, you know, it goes back to that, like, underlying theme of this death, which is basically, you know, we can all go through this together. Also, I know my voice was going to sound a little weird, but getting more and more into talking right now, all of a sudden my voice is, like, super gravelly, which I guess tends to happen sometimes when I'm doing things like this, but meh. At this point, I don't really care, and I'm sure that none of you guys really care either. It's just mostly because of the fact that my voice is kind of some days, and then it's better other days. I mean, I'm not even forcing it out. It's just how it ends up coming out right now, but whatever. I think I've said but whatever like 4 times. Okay, so now he is officially part of this house as well. And you are going to... No, I don't want to go to dinner. Why are we embarrassed? What did you do? You said something stupid. Why are you guys fighting? I know that things are kind of weird, and I know that you have always been evil, but come on, don't be the person. Apologize in bed, sure. Although that reminds me, before that can happen, I need to actually fix the bedroom, because there apparently the desk is in the way, and sometimes it has been, and other times it hasn't been. So I think I'm just gonna fix it as a whole. So let's go into the bedroom area, which is upstairs. I don't know what I'm doing. And we'll move this desk. I mean, this way it's in the way too, is the problem. Actually, I don't think it is. Never mind. However, half the desk is going through the wall. That's one of the biggest flaws with move objects. Actually, here's something I can do. I can take these 4 walls, and I can extend them out. Because if I put that there, and I put that there, I can take this and drag... Oh no. I want to drag this part. I'm still reading it as 2 separate rooms, no wonder. Okay. Sure, fine. I'll just drag this along there then. And I'll take these shelves and just pull them out for now. I don't even know if they're the right height on the wall. Nope, they're 1 unit lower. Okay. Where are you not snapping? Thank you. So I'll put these shelves on the wall where they were. And now the couch is there and the doors are right up against it, but that is okay. And then we can sledge this out. This is probably the easiest way to fix the issue while still having the house look nice. Because now I can put that there. And I can fill the carpet in there and there. And I can fix the walling there, kind of around. And I can put... Oh, I have to fix the walling inside too. So that can go around here. It's a good thing we still have a lot of money. And I can put this around here. Oh, whoops, that's just your special wall. Since that can go there. And then your desk can go back in the corner. Along with your shelf. And your desk can go in the corner. Along with your shelf. And now things should work out. Because now you walk into the room and the desk is there. So let's go into live. Now that that has been solved. For the time being. So they're going to apologize in bed. Because apparently they're both kind of awkward and upset. But that makes sense. And then after that I'll have them get engaged. Or you guys can not. Okay. Sure. I guess we can try this again. Stop. Okay, that's not there anymore, but that's fine. So we can still just propose. Although actually I think Phoenix should do it. Since he is the heir to this legacy, it's his responsibility. So I'm going to go ahead and romance. Oh wow, you're way too sad. Okay. Then yeah. I guess Max will do it. Max will propose to Phoenix, but Max will still become the right. So Max will be Max Wright. And it's not going to be Phoenix Villarreal. But that might be why things weren't working, because he's too upset to do any of it. But if you propose to him, will he say yes? And the rain's back up. He said no. That's how sad you are. That's why their things keep going down. Okay. So I don't know how long that's going to stay. 2 days, wow. I never really thought about it that way. Like, that was probably one of the most awkward times. And you break a sink. That's probably one of the most awkward times for that, too. Okay, well, you're going to go ahead and fix the sink, then. Stop. Well, actually, I can just replace it. That's cheap. But you can go ahead and mop this up. So they're just kind of still mourning and everything. But that happens. You're not going to get a job yet, either. Like, you're going to hold out on it. And I guess we'll come back, since there's really nothing else we can do right now. We'll come back in 2 days' time in game, and we'll try to get them to propose again once this moodlet runs out. So I'm just going to write it out, and I'll be back. Alright, Trucy ended up shelling out her points for Moodlet Solver in order to help them feel better. She had heard that it does things to people and makes them feel better about themselves and what's gone on. So after drinking that, he's more consoled and feels a bit better about the situation, has realized that he can move on. So now we're going to have him do the proposal back to Max and kind of be like, okay, well, I'm really sorry I rejected you. It was just a weird time. I still really love you, even though that took a dent in their relationship. But I still really love you. We need to finally get together. And now we can do that. So he's going to go over to him. And he's going to propose to him. So I'm actually going to go ahead and take a screenshot of this too. Oh, he's sick now, too. That's not good. He must have got sick from Trucy, so I should probably buy the medicine. Okay. But now he's gonna say yes this time. Yep. So now they're officially engaged. But you are now sick. I don't even think you are anymore either. But you are now sick, so you are actually going to go ahead and get some medicine, because it's the easiest thing to do. So go up to this computer. And you're going to go ahead and do that. Just one. There we go. So now you're feeling better. I also need to get rid of this. And also now that they're both feeling okay, they're also finally going to get jobs as well. So Phoenix is going to first go and get a job, and he's going to become an entertainer. He's been doing music stuff all his life. He has a lot of guitar skill. He can. So he is now already, thanks to his bonus trait as well, already starting as a level 4 and entertainer. And you are going to get a job as well. You're going to be scraping in some money. However, you're kind of going to be doing it in a way that you don't really want Phoenix to know, and you are going to become a criminal. You can eventually switch branches later on if you really need to, but for now, that's the only real way that someone like you, who doesn't fully have an education and hasn't really had the best life, can really get your money. So they both have their jobs. She is still a teenager. She's still going to be going to school and everything because she still has a little bit to go to age up. So it can wait, like she can age up later. But, you know, now these two have kind of established things and they're going to get ready. She is still sick, isn't she? Dang it. Okay, go ahead and buy medicine on your own computer then. Oops. So let's go ahead and do that. That way you won't be sick. Who's calling you? Okay, so now in your inventory, you now have your medicine. So you can go ahead and take that for yourself. And you guys, to celebrate, are going to woohoo. Just to be like, okay, well, we're now engaged. Let's just go for it. There we go. So he went downstairs to ask him, and they'll probably be coming back up in a bit. Oh, he's not part of the club anymore. So he actually can't make it up there. Hang on. So let me go ahead and fix this door. Unlock. I'll just unlock these doors as a whole. So now you guys can now woohoo. Because he technically, by that rule, wouldn't have been allowed in his own bedroom. And that's why they weren't able to apologize in bed, because he would have been in the other room. Where are you guys not going? Go here. Go here. Now woohoo. And on this note, we are going to go ahead and end this this current household. And I can continue my legacy off camera and hopefully update you guys on it again some other day. Some other current household. I honestly might even still be playing them next month, who knows. So we'll see. But I promise you'll probably see some more of them. But once they get out of the bed and probably sleep, I'm going to go ahead and end this, and I can start recording my other Let's Play and just do a bulk of that, which I'm going to be doing for sure. Alright, so thank you for watching this current household, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks. Bye.